And this is just a quick example that you've probably already seen of, how subgrid works in hydraulics and why it's so beneficial. This is a computational model with a very small channel compared to the grid resolution, right? And if you take this cell and then zoom in, you can see how the terrain varies within the cell. And then from that terrain, at the cell, it computes a volume elevation curve and also a volume area curve, or horizontal area curve. And it uses those during the computation, right? It knows that at this elevation, it has this amount of volume within the cell. And similarly, at the faces, it extracts the cross-section or profile of the terrain, and it computes other hydraulic property tables. Like this is vertical area versus elevation, and this is wetted perimeter. And from those, you can back out what hydraulic radius is, and then you can compute conveyance and a whole bunch of other variables, right?
No, it started in the middle.
Okay, yeah, you can see that the water's coming through the channel and flowing through that channel, and then in some places it kind of overflows and floods the areas, but you get a much more realistic simulation with that coarse resolution for this terrain. It's kind of amazing, actually, to see that. If you model this with, a model that doesn't have subgrid, you would have maybe 2 orders of magnitude more cells, and it'd be so much slower, right? And maybe you don't really care about this channel. It's just like a secondary channel. It's just a way of getting water out there, right? So that's the real benefit of subgrid. In hydrodynamics, as I mentioned, the way it's done in hydrodynamics is really great because you just go back to those property tables and interpolate from them during the simulation. And because it doesn't need a memory of what happened before, what parts of the cell were wet or dry, it's very efficient.